All right, when I last visited the town of Windham, specifically Willimantic, within the town, I had a blast, and I ate my way through the story. Now, that was back in September.
Of course you did.
Well, I'm happy to say I didn't make a fool of myself showcasing everything they have to offer, so they invited me back.
Yes, and this time you had a blast visiting 3 local hotspots in Willimantic, each one having a different thing that we can do.
And eat. These are spots you're going to want to check out. Take a look. Our first stop in Willimantic is the Bliss Marketplace. Meet Kim Cash. She's the owner of this wonderful store that offers so much more.
So I had a dream to start a clothing resale store because I love to thrift and I love clothing and I love Willimantic because this is my hometown. This is where I was born and raised. So I opened a small resale clothing store on High Street in Willimantic, and then expand it within a couple months, and then the opportunity arose to come here for more space, and then it was for sale as well. And so my husband and I purchased it in 2019.
Were you renting on High Street?
We were renting, yes.
And then you chose to buy?
Yes.
That's remarkable. What made the decision that you said, I'm going to go for this?
It was a great opportunity in terms of what they were selling it for, and I just know I didn't want to leave Willimantic. I want to stay here, and that just felt like it was more permanent. And also my bigger picture fantasy was to include other artists and vendors and whatnot.
And that's exactly what Kim has done. While she owns the building and the resale clothing portion of the business, she rents space to other artists.
Yep.
You were trying to include other artists?
Yes. And we were running out of space quickly, too. There are a lot of people that are super talented that wanted to display their work and try to sell it. So this was great, because this is quite a big building.
What am I going to find here?
You are going to find clothing as low as we have a $4 room, up to designer clothing. We have live plants. We have vinyl records. We have a plethora of jewelry. We have a big vintage section, and we also sell costumes.
You sell costumes as
Yes.
well? So there's new and used here?
There is new and used, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right,
There's
terrific.
definitely an eclectic mix of everything.
And who are your customers? Who's your clientele? Everybody?
It's a very eclectic mix. So a lot of locals, and we do buy from local people as well. So we love the idea of sustaining within the local economy. And then we do get people that, because of social media, that have found us via Instagram, Facebook, etc., that will travel here from New York, etc.
Oh, that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Don't forget to say hello to Twix. That's Kim's dog.
Kim, where did the tuxedos come from?
Well, we rent them here. I bought the business from a local business called Ray Jeans down the street that sold their business to a local business called Trigo that sells pizzas.
Trigo sells pizzas, and I'm hungry and I'm ready for lunch. Let's go to Trigo.
The restaurant is literally up the street. That's where I find Patrick Griffin, owner of Trigo Wood Fire Pizza, named after the road Patrick lived on in college.
That's where I started to find a passion for food and for cooking.
The restaurant is gorgeous.
You decided to buy this particular building, which was a tuxedo rental company, was it?
Correct, yeah. Ray Jeans was a mainstay business on Willimantic for decades. They did tuxedo rentals. It had an antique collectibles shop as well. And so I heard through the grapevine that they were looking to retire and get rid of the property because they weren't going to be continuing. So I approached them with my idea. We hit it off and were able to secure a deal. Born and raised in Lebanon, Connecticut, which is just the town over from here. I moved away for school, ended up back here, and always lived in the Lebanon, Willimantic area and was working in restaurants throughout Connecticut, but kind of down on the shore and other places. And I started to get the idea of opening a restaurant, and I mean, I spent a lot of my time in Willimantic. I knew the community, and I felt that, you know, what I was looking to do would be received well here. I love the town. It's, you know, has historic nature. It's got a great, you know, business community, social community, so.
About the food?
We do a lot of pizzas, obviously, and then we do some small plate salads and appetizers that our chef Casey puts on. And it's a combination. It's a simple menu, excuse me, but we like to change it up and keep it exciting. We like to call ourselves Willimantic's first Harvest to Hearth restaurant. Harvest to Hearth meaning we do all of our cooking out of a wood-fired oven, which is behind me. So anything that's plated hot comes out of that oven. All of our prep during the day is done through there. And then the harvest part refers to our goals to source as much as we can from local farms.
And you can taste that local in the pizza.
The name of the place is Trigo, It's right on Main Street in Willimantic. Patrick, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you for coming down. It was a pleasure.
Well, I probably don't need this extra slice to go because we're actually on our way to Stone Row Kitchen and Bar for yet another cuisine extravaganza. Come on, join us.
One step inside, you know this is a special place to dine. Andy Good is the owner. He took this restaurant from rags to riches.
I have been in this building now for about 13 years. I started a small coffee shop here, Cafe Mantic, when I was 25 years old.
Very cool.
I was a fresh graduate off of Eastern, so I'd already been in town about 4 years. And at that point, I had made a good connection with the landlord. He had already started renovating this building. Had no idea what he wanted to put in here. So I would just kind of be around the neighborhood thinking, whatever's gonna go in there is gonna be really awesome. And one thing after another, I ended up being the person that took over this space. So Cafe Mantic ran as a coffee shop for about 3 years. And then I hooked up with one of my chef friends back in 2012, and we went into a full service restaurant at that point. I've really always been focused on seasonality and locality. So I try and source as much as I can year-round from about a 30-mile radius of this area.
That's really remarkable.
I'm rooted in the local economy, and I want my products and my team to be really reflective of that.
Steak, it's on the menu. Burgers, yep, and fish too. And how about those desserts?
We do amazing desserts here. We have a key lime pie we're doing right now. We have a creme brulee that never leaves the menu. Delicious cocktails, a wine list, espresso drinks.
It really is a treat to be here.
What I do here tells a story. What I do here is about how a business can benefit a small business. Food can do a lot to jumpstart a neighborhood, jumpstart a community. So it kind of goes hand in hand as me being a business person and an entrepreneur, discovering opportunity, but also doing some good to the community and leaving the place better than how I found it.
Absolutely. The town of Wyndham, specifically Willimantic, invites you to join them for everything they have to offer. For more information, please head to whywyndhamct.com.
Yeah, great vibe there with all
So
the new
great.
things.
It's just
That's
like
awesome.
it's like being in New York City. It was wild.